I'm a bit of a state, and I figured out a way that could help the therapy title of this video. And I just need to make myself comfortable because, well, I'm sure I'll touch on that in a second. Here I am. Let's see the light. I thought the light would be better. There. Look a bit like Wolverine in this picture, don't I? Essentially, I'm in a bit of a distress. I was distressed and I was about to get worked up. I could feel myself getting worked up. And I thought a live stream right this moment might be helpful. Touching on the emotions I'm experiencing, the stress I'm in, and just trying to keep a level tone. Just somehow, I'm not a therapist. Well, I'm a complementary therapist, but I'm not a therapist of the mind. And I'm unaware of how, in this moment, of how just expressing what's going on for you can be helpful at times. For me, I think it's because it's like surreal and interdimensional, you know. It's like I'll tell you in a second, but just to justify myself against another human being, to know that I'm saying an element of truth that is incomprehensible, and that should do something, even if it's not totally the final thing. But I've just been for like an hour and a half walk, which is the first time really I've been able to walk for a while. What it is. Yesterday was surreal, and essentially the pain and the distress in the moment. And this has happened to me. This is what my mental health has taught me in terms of spirituality, and that is pain will make you forget. Pain will make you let things go. And pain will make you carry on. And essentially yesterday was very painful. It was you probably haven't seen the live streams, but the live streams are there to be seen. It's very distressing. My uncle had to come round. I was on my phone to the crisis line. But somehow the prolonged stretching out, essentially, of a very, very intense situation, and asking for help, contacting people, but just riding it out throughout the day allowed me to really stomach that what I was experiencing. And today I woke up and I've been really gentle with myself. I've smoked a lot of CBD hemp, so I feel, to really relax me. And when I get into that state, sometimes I just let things go. So I've been experiencing a lot of distress in my physical body. Like, my body just hasn't been working. It's like I had an experience the other day where I genuinely saw myself with 2 left feet. And I was well aware of how the bones were moving, and how having 2 left feet was essentially very very painful for my body. In other words, my body had to contort to allow me to experience that. I'm a bit past experiencing pain as we understand pain in the first instance, but I very much get all the side effects of what when you're in pain. So when you're in pain, if the pain's bad enough and the pressure's intense enough, you can hear nerves being cut. You can experience the pressure in your body, and your eyes will pop and make everything seem bright. But if you tune into your emotional state, as a result of the pain, you're in rage. And there are many other symptoms that come along with pain. And ultimately, witnessing myself in somewhere beyond pain, in constant side effects of not having the NHS really help me in the first instance to deal with the pain and let it progress to this stage. It's a real kick, and it's a real... well, yeah, I mean, it's helpful, I guess, the live streaming, just stating what I'm stating, because it makes me remember that the world isn't the world anymore, you know, not for me. The world is some surreal happening where rules are just like bent and changed by people for reasons I don't quite understand. My mental health tried to give me a possibility, I think it was last night or this morning, of really why you all, the collective psychosis, extra long matches, they don't light a fire for anything, but if you've got a fire already going, they work quite well. It's like a cigarette. I'm going to put a few acupuncture needles in, just take away some of the pressure, and I've got this noise in my ear of like bones slowly breaking. There's another side effect, and that's the most unnerving thing at the moment. And my eyes, yeah, I've looked out at the world for many years with these eyes, but I've also been in pain since a teenager, at least. When I cut the inside of my leg, I tried to pick up a roll of lead as a stupid teenage boy trying to show off to his sister, and having the roll of lead fall over and sever the inside of my leg. I didn't go to hospital for it, but it was very painful. I won't go into any more detail. And I learnt how to deal with pain in that moment as a 14-year-old boy. And really that experience hasn't left me that awkwardness in my body, that constant pain in the background without knowing it. But because I've been blessed with a life where I'm pursuing healing modalities, and I've had an uncle who's taught me Qigong and other healing modalities to deal and address the pain on a physiological level. In other words, get the body into shape. I've also experienced health. So in other words, I've come from pain, and I've slowly got myself into a place of health. And these eyes are depictive of the times when I was in pain, because it makes sense that if you don't know health, you don't know your optimum health ever, and you've accepted that pain at some point in your life, you just get on with life, and that's it. And I'm sure there's many pains in the background for me that I've not been aware of. Lots of little discomforts when I start to tune into that area of the body. And I'll realise and notice pain more and more as I get to know my body more and more. And as I deal with it, you experience that level of health, and to go back to it all of a sudden, it's not possible. Sure, you managed to live like that once upon a time, but the psychology of the mind was that you didn't really know you were in pain. And it was just you, it was just your body, it was just your life. And at that level, it's not a problem. But when it's like, hang on a second, you want me to go back to a state when I was like in my early 20s, when my body was a terrible, terrible state? That's not possible, not with the energy I'm putting into my body in terms of keeping it healthy. I don't do the Qigong at the moment, but my mentality, I will keep my body in check. You know, it's like I'm aware of my shoulders, I'm aware of my arms, my limbs, my feet, like never before. And I'm aware when they're not working as they should be. And I've had this body, I've had these limbs in the past, I know. So in other words, I'm saying our bodies must be able to go through a massive metamorphosis, but it happens over a slow amount of time and in ignorance. With awareness, it's just it's soul destroying to see my body change. And constantly I've got my mental health in the background trying to make me fall in love, like, oh, it's making me look, and I'm bare chested, oh, look how muscly you are, Andreas. This is my mental health in the background. And you know, without clocking it, because I've been speaking, I've been going in that direction. And if I tune into what I know of the current situation, how unhealthy this physique is, there's no possibility of me finding any solace. Some muscles being shown in illness because of pain and the distortion of limbs. It's unreal. So I'm constantly challenged like that, and it's so destroying to the mind, because it really does affect the quality of life, and there's no explanation why my body's changing like this when I'm putting everything in the direction of health. And my mental health is really bad because it's trying to get me to accept it, and it's like I can't deal with it. And I'm saying to my mental health, look, fine, you want my body to be contorted into strange shapes. I know I can deal with that on some level, but please, I can't deal with the side effects of these eyes that make everything look rosy. It's like, to deal with this level of pain and discomfort, your eyes really need to have a certain level of sedation, not sedation, but If you've ever been through a hard period in your life, your eyes look at the world and they carry that pain. And they have a certain level of a deadening to your vision to the world. And what it is it's just natural, man. It's like, if you live life and that happens, it's natural. And the reason is because our minds can only digest life and certain things at a certain speed. If it happens too quickly, it's too distressing. So as our eyes are deadened to a recent period of whatever, as that deadening ends, it's for life to let us come alive, and our eyes to open, and our eyes to accept a more rosy picture. But unfortunately, I'm like, what? You want me to look at the world through rose-coloured spectacles when just the past 2 weeks it's a living hell? There's no other way to put it, and you can't expect me, you can't expect my mind to stay in any way sane by all of a sudden switching on the Christmas lights. So that's what's going on for me, and I'm alone in this world, you know, and I accept that, but I can't be alone in this world with rose-coloured spectacles, because this world is all about socializing. My past is all about family, who I am, and I have none of that. My eyes of keeping that deadness to the outside world. Sure, it's probably going to be depressing, but depression isn't the problem. Depression is a state. Depression is a state of the eyes of reality. I don't know how I'm going to get through this, if I'm honest. I just saw a pile of wood which I desperately need to make some shelves, some storage space. But I couldn't pick them up. I couldn't take them. It's like someone had dropped them. Brand new. Was it 4 meters lengths? Wrapped up, brand new in an 8-pack, just resting on the edge of the canal. And I didn't have it in me to pick them up and bring them inside. It's like internally I'm so dead to life and everything going on for me. It's just like I can't accept. And the thought of just distracting myself and thinking, oh, okay, 8 pieces of essential wood that I need. I'll just leave them. Maybe the person who dropped them will come back for them. This is Not something I can contemplate. Should I pick them up because they'll come back? Should I not? I don't want to take. But in honesty, if my eyes were deadened, I would have just picked them up. I wouldn't give a shit. But I don't know how I'm going to function. The tobacco's helping. I'm somewhat slowing down that noise in my ear of bones breaking, nerves snapping. Subsided a bit. I'm so scared, man. I'm so scared. These legs, I can't deal with these legs. That was the therapy session. Just stating what's going on for me. It's brought me a level of presence to the moment where I was about to crack and start panicking, but in honesty, I still don't know how I'm going to get myself out of it. Ultimately, this is the work I need to do. This is the work that I want to be challenged with over the next 6 months, a year and a half, to accept, to deaden myself as a person, and accept a very new, strange reality. But I'm in a place of physical shock and distress. I need to move the boat in the next day, 2 days. And maybe in a month's time I can think, right, I'm in a place to start accepting this and start taking this on, but it's come a bit too soon. I don't know how to deal with it.